Talk Twitter. What's going on, y'all? I'm watching the end of this game. We got 41 seconds left. Fever down by 2. It's been a good game. Definitely been a good game. Let's see if they can pull it out. Clark inbound. Make a move. Make a move. They're trying to set Caitlin up with the shot. And one. Got it. Tied it up. Good play. Can they D it up, though? Good pass by Caitlin Clark. Give and go to Aaliyah Boston. Boston's been up and down tonight. But good game. Give it up. Give and go. A little bit delayed. Pick and roll. Good shot. Much better shot selection down in the paint. And Aaliyah Boston's done a little bit better of scoring in the paint. Like on that particular shot, she stopped and popped. She stopped and went vertical. She didn't try to continue to go to the basket or go around somebody, and that's when they always get blocked because they had the ball low. She's 6'4". She went straight vertical, popped the 8-foot jumper, hard shot from dead middle, dead in front of the rim. But she landed it, and let's see if they can play some defense and get this dub, man. It's been a great game. Been a really good game. Man, Twitter is on fire tonight already. 132 people, 134 people on Twitter. Good Lord. If y'all on Twitter, man, come on over to the YouTubes. You know how we do. So, let's see. We got to get somebody on Bonner. Who's bringing that out? They got to get the shot out quick. There's less than 30 seconds, so let's see what they do. Are they going to force overtime? They're gonna wait for the last shot. They're going to have the ball back. Foul on the floor. Let me tell you something, man. Like I'm taking notes. Like I was taking notes on this game, man. And that is not a foul. That's what I'm about to say. I do not know. I have no clue what the hell a foul is in the WNBA right now. I have no idea. Everybody that drives to the basket lowers the shoulder or leads with an elbow. Everybody. They don't call it. Then some of these picks and some of these screens, that's the same thing that Erica Wheeler did earlier in the game, and they called her on it. So who's this foul on? That's the same type of screen Erica Wheeler did earlier in the game, and they got her on it. She did the same thing. And they called her. It is so inconsistent on what a foul is in the W, man. And I'm trying to figure it out. It is difficult to figure out, man. She was moving just like Wheeler was. Like, what is it? Be consistent, man. Just be consistent. Good grief. Ugh. So now it's going to come down to this. How much time we got left? We got 10.9 seconds left on the clock. They didn't get a shot off, so the shot clock has got to be down to like 4 or 5 seconds. I don't know. That had to be an offensive foul. Definitely a legal screen. Definitely her feet was moving. If you want to go by the letter of the law. But are they going to? Come on, man. She is sliding. They might be. She is still sliding. Watch her feet. Watch her feet. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna call. I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. Sheesh. Oh boy. This is crazy. Get this on. Let me get the shareable link. And where's WNBA? Come on. The page. Let's go. That had to be, if that's not an offensive foul, I would be upset. I'd be very upset. It's all about what they want to do. Absolutely, she was sliding. It's not even. Oh, well, boy. Yeah. I don't know what a foul is, man. Can somebody please explain that to me? Can someone please explain that to me? I do not know what a foul is. What's up, 316? Messing with your NHL time? Oh man, this has been a crazy game, dude. It's been a great game though. Indiana's played well. Caitlin Clark's played pretty well. She made a couple critical errors down the stretch though. And it may have been a difference in this game. I don't know if she didn't know the rules or what the deal was, but you got 10 seconds. 5.5 seconds left. $7.4 seconds left. See what they do. Oh, they lost. Game over. She missed it. She missed it. She had it. She missed it. It's not a tie no more. It's game over. Game over. Boston had it. Good move. She couldn't finish. She couldn't finish. Points in the paint. That's what it comes down to. Points in the paint. I don't get it. Aaliyah Boston had a clean layup. At least she should have got the and one. And she missed the layup. I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to say. Indiana had an opportunity to at least take it into overtime, and they couldn't do it. So that game is a wrap. Yeah, Devontae Parker retired. Yeah, I was curious of what his signing bonus was. Oh man, that was a rough game. Rough game. Rookie mistakes by Caitlin Clark at the end. She played a relatively good game. Not as many turnovers, but she turned the ball over at a critical time at the end of the game, and it cost them. And it cost them. She turned the ball over, got a tech, so they got the free throws and got the ball back. So that was like a 4-point swing almost. So, they had an opportunity to win it. They had an opportunity to win it. For all intent and purposes, they should have won that game. They should have won that game, but they didn't. They did not. Oh well. Oh well. Hate to see that. Hate to see that. Hate to see that. But yeah, man, y'all have got to explain to me what the hell a foul is in the WNBA. I have no clue. I don't know what it is. Oh my God. That was rough. That was rough. So they gotta explain that to me. Erica Wheeler got called for an offensive foul on a pick, and then Connecticut does the same thing at the end of the game, and they let it roll. I don't know what the difference was, in my opinion. I have to go back and look at it again, but these refs, man, if that's the one thing they got in common with the NBA, like I don't know what the hell these refs are doing. So it's crazy, man. It is crazy. So I don't. Indiana had a shot. They had a shot. They made too many mistakes down the stretch. Came back and they couldn't get it done. They won it was 24-23 in the fourth. So played a much better game, but that third quarter killed them. That third quarter killed them. They had their shots though, man. They had their opportunities, and I will say it again. They How can I say this? Like, this is not, in my opinion, this is not a Christy Sides issue. Yeah, LeVar, the fever looked a lot better. The fever looked a lot better. Caitlin Clark made that critical error. I'm sorry, that was a critical error. You cannot take that foul, get that tech, and give them the ball back at that juncture in the game. That was a bad call. She was operating in college mode. I get it and I understand it. However, you in the pros now, it is on you to understand the rules in that situation. Now, if you want to kind of pass that on to Christy Sides, you can do that, because as the coach, that is your job to make sure your players know exactly what's supposed to be going on in that particular situation. So, yes, you can kind of pass the buck on that, but that's nitpicky, but that's an opportunity that they had. You take them 4 points away. They made both free throws. They got the ball back because of the tech, and then they scored again. So that's a 4-point swing. You take those 4 points away, now you got a tie game. So every possession matters. Every possession matters. So that's the little things. Now that specifically, in my opinion, that is, if you want to go with Christy Sides about that, I understand. So, yeah, it's a shame. They had the opportunities. They played better. Kelsey Mitchell, Erica Wheeler, I'm still not sold on her. She has good and bad moments. So I don't know. Kelsey Mitchell, she played well today. I want to see Kelsey Mitchell. Well, Kelsey Mitchell does start, but I want to see Melissa Smith and what's the other girl's name? Is it Tamia? Hold on. Fact Bentley. I want to see Melissa Smith and Fact Bentley start. If you got to sit Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston down, so be it. Aaliyah Boston is struggling, and you got to look at Samuelson, -20 in the plus minus. Alyssa Smith was +2. Aaliyah Boston is -20. Caitlin Clark is -18. Kelsey Mitchell was -6. At one point, Kelsey Mitchell had got back to 0. And then you got your people coming off the bench. In fact, Bentley, Wheeler, and Wallace +10, +16, and +16 respectively. So you might have to shake up that lineup a little bit. If she got to come off the bench, so be it. You ain't got to leave her on the bench the whole first quarter, something like that. But you got to make some you got to make some changes. You got to. You got to. I know. In fact, Bentley is she 31 no, so I don't know if she want to handle the minutes, but she balled today, and you need that. I think Aaliyah Boston. Somebody said it a couple of games ago. Like Aaliyah Boston is flat-footed. She has big girl's disease. That's my name for it. What that simply means is she is a big girl. Normally, when you have big, tall girls, and they are usually taller than everybody else in their class, they don't jump. All they do is hold their hands up, and their vertical ability is not very good. And to me, it seems like that's what the situation is with Aaliyah Boston. So, yeah, I don't know. Hold on, come on in live chat. Trying to get some people in here from the Facebooks. But yeah, man, she got big girl's disease, and that's not. I'm not saying that as a criticism. It is what it is. Like she doesn't jump, or she doesn't jump well, I should say. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't jump well. What is going on with this? Let me see. Let me go back here, and let me go back here. Let me go back here. I don't think anyone. Yeah. I don't think anybody knows what a foul is either. You're 100% okay with big girl disease. It's just like on that last play when she had the lane. She went in low and the ball came off the backboard too hot, and she didn't get no touch on it. And she should have made that layup. She should have made it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. In fact, Bentley is looking much better. In fact, Bentley is looking. She had a hell of a game tonight. Nalissa, I just like Nalissa Smith. She's a starter. And Nalissa Smith needs to be playing down low because she can go up. She can go up. Yeah. In fact, Bentley is fast. She got that long gait, and she can get up and down the court. Aaliyah Boston is not so much. She's like lugging. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Please join in the chat. Let me see. Well, yeah, man, it was. I hated to see that one. I'm gonna leave you alone, Bobby. Come on, man. Don't get stupid. Can I get that out of there? But yeah, man, that sucks. It sucks. But anywho, oh well, they had a shot. They had a shot, and they couldn't make the most of it. It is what it is. Yo, Jumpman, what's going on, man? I said that earlier. In fact, Bentley, Nalissa Smith, but really, I think Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell's speed, even though she kind of gets out of control, her and Erica Wheeler, both. Sometimes they're so fat, they're too fast for their own good. But Kelsey Mitchell makes some shots. She's explosive. She can leave people like in the dust. That's how fast she is. But sometimes she's so fast that it messes up her shot. You know what I'm saying? So but it'll come. Kelsey Mitchell's coming off an injury too. So she's got to kind of get her Got to get her feet in front of her and get her touch back. But I think Christy Sides must mess around with that lineup just a little bit. She has to. If they're not going, you can leave Caitlin Clark, but I think you gotta put Fact Bentley in there instead of Leah Boston. That's just my opinion. Let her start the game because both Nalissa Smith and Fact Bentley can go vertical. And for whatever reason, Leah Boston just doesn't do that. Now I know Leah Boston is a bigger girl, so she's stronger. But I don't know. I like the speed and the verticality that Smith and Fact Bentley have. I like that a little bit better. So, what you saying, LeVar? It's like in the NFL, the ref should be dictating outcomes at the end of the game. Listen, man, Erica Wheeler did the exact same thing, and they called her for an offensive foul. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And what makes it worse is everybody that drives to the basket, every time, go back and watch the replay of the game or any game. This is not just Indiana. This is league-wide. When these women drive to the basket, everybody is either pushing off or leading with an elbow. Everybody. And they don't call it. Now, are they trying to do that so they can have a more physical game? I have no idea. But when I see that and I see these girls throwing elbows on the offensive side and not getting called for it, and then you see a woman standing there with her arms straight up in the air, doesn't move, and she gets called for the foul. I need some more consistency on what is and what isn't a foul. So I don't know what the deal is, man. And it's frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to watch because it seems like they let it go, and then at the end of the game, and to me, this is the worst thing you can do. We saw what happened with LSU and UConn. They called that game. They let them play physical the whole game, and then they get that BS call at the end of the game. I don't care what you do. If you want to call it tight, if you want to call it with ticky-tack fouls, all of that kind of stuff, do it. But just do it for the whole game. If you call it everything, every little foul, every little touch, then do it for the whole damn game. If you're going to let them play for the whole damn game. Whatever you do as refs, just be consistent. When you change up at the end, to me, that's a problem. Because you've been letting it go the whole game. And that's the problem. So, I don't know, man. Don't get the officiating either, Steve. I don't get it one bit, man. But that is the one consistency and common thread you have in the NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, WNBA. The refs are garbage. These refs are hot garbage. This makes absolutely no sense to me. So, and it's a shame because the Fever lost an opportunity. The Fever lost an opportunity. So, yeah, James, you're not wrong, bro. I can't argue with you, man. I can't argue with you. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what's a foul. It's clear that the women that's playing don't know what a foul is because it's so inconsistent. And I like Dijonai Carrington. She's one of my players to watch in this league. But guess what? These women are flopping just like everybody else, just like LeBron and Joel Embiid and everybody in the NBA. They flopping too. Every time they go to the hole, somebody's hitting the dirt. Somebody's on the floor. So, yeah, Wendy, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, man. It's hard to argue anything right now because you don't know what the hell the refs are doing. You don't know what they want to call. You don't know it is so inconsistent. It is beyond me. It is beyond me. So let me see where. Hold up. It is frustrating. So I don't know, man. It's a shame. I'm still typing here. I'm seeing people in Facebook. I'm inviting them to the live stream. It's how you grow, man. Sometimes you got to ask, you got to go door to door. So, but yeah, man, it's damn. I wanted them to win that game, man. Oh well, it is what it is. If they draft Juju, then Fever got something. You listen. Here's the problem with that, Jump Man. I'm glad you said that. Here's the issue with that. If you constantly get number one picks, that means your team sucks. You got to remember that. If you constantly get the number one pick, your team is not getting it done. Do you remember this year before Caitlin Clark broke all of those records at Iowa? Do you know who was? I believe she was number 4 all time in the NCAA women's scoring. You know who that person was? That was Kelsey Mitchell. Who did she play for? The Fever. So you got 2 of the best scorers in NCAA history on the same team. How's that working out for them? You got to match styles, and you got to get some. You got to get a big girl that can get vertical. That's what you need. You know what they need? They need somebody like Ashlyn Watkins. That's who they need. Ashlyn Watkins is what, 6'2", 6'3" for South Carolina, and Ashlyn Watkins can dunk, which means she can get up vertical. And the one problem I see when these girls are in the paint, they like to go down low to the basket and try to get try to go around. They need to stop and go up. That's just the way the game is. So, you know, Steve, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man. Trying to grow, man. I like to talk ball. I try to talk. I was going back and forth with these people on Facebook today, and I'm trying to tell them, like, listen, I'm a former pro athlete, and I used to coach basketball. Obviously, I'm a football player, but at the same time, it doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, hockey, or whatever. I know the mindset it takes to win. I know what it takes to succeed at the highest level, whatever your sport is. And just from coaching kids in basketball and stuff like that, I know what needs to happen on the court. And people seem to think like if you criticize Aaliyah Boston or if you criticizing Caitlin Clark, like you bashing her. And it's like, no, as somebody that's a player and I was a coach, you looking for things that'll help them get better. You're not coming at a point of just strictly to criticize and to troll and to tear down. As a former player, you never trying to do that. You looking at what the game is, because we look at the game like we watching film. When you are a player, if you in high school, college, or if you make it to the pros, when you watch film, you could do 8 million things right. But the one mistake is the one that they run it back 30 times in the film session. That's how I look at games. I'm looking at everything. I know Caitlin Clark hit the big 3 in the 4th with 7 minutes left. That is phenomenal. But I also know she gave up a 4-point swing with a bad foul and a technical. That's what I look at, because that's what we're going to run back. I already know she can shoot. I already know she can drive to the lane. But I want to see, is she going to do the things that can get her team over that hump and get the dub? That's what I want to see from Caitlin Clark. She almost there. She didn't have as many turnovers, but she had a costly turnover. That stuff matters. When you turn the ball over and it turns into points for the other team, that's a problem. So you gotta, that's just keeping it real. Doesn't mean I'm not a Caitlin Clark fan. I certainly am. But I want to see her get to the next level. She's already at the W. So she made one level. Now she got to step her game up to another level. Or next season, they're going to be getting another first-round pick. So, Annette, we've been beating on that drum since before you got here. And you are 100%. These refs are not consistent. I don't even think they can spell the word right now. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So it's crazy. Let me see. Jumpman, I played ball against Udonis in Final Four of my high school. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, Angel Reese got to win. Did y'all see my video about knowing your role? Angel Reese plays that role. Angel Reese needs to become the Dennis Rodman of WNBA. Just outwork everybody for every rebound and get assists. Because Angel Reese, like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese is a damn good passer. So, absolutely, I'm with you on that one. Question, should they give Clark a game off to get that ankle right? I think they should, because it's too early in the season. It can't hurt. It can't hurt, but I don't know what their let me see if I can see their schedule. I don't know when their next game is. Because if they got a couple games, they play today. If they don't play again to the weekend, she should be fine. So we'll see. But she came back, played pretty good. I know that bitch gonna be sore tomorrow, though. Rest assured, it's gonna be sore tomorrow. They got two of the best scorers, but the coach seems to be having a tough time finding how best to use them. Also, if you take Clark out for defense, why the heck aren't they using C. Taylor? That's a great question, Steve. Great question. Amber, Reese and Clark are supposed to meet June 16th, I believe. Chicago or Indiana at Chicago. I think that's the date. June 16th. So that game is going to sell out. Oh, on the same team? Oof. What's up, Cody K? I don't know, Amber. That would be good to see. It can't happen now unless the W starts to get into these crazy trades, but you know, we'll see. But I ain't worried about that. Oyoka Lee, Kansas State is not a free agent. Okay. We'll see. June 1st. Thank you, Copeland. June 1st. Thank you, Inspire. June 1st is when they meet. It was Indiana and Chicago. Who's who? Who goes where? Who's home? Grace Berger gets. Did she? I didn't even notice that, but hold on. Damn. Oh, she didn't dress. They had an 8-man lineup tonight, so she didn't even basically she was inactive because she was a coach's decision. Saxton, Hull, Berger, and Taylor were all coach's decision. So I think they didn't even suit up. But still, I don't know. Copeland, you are correct. They did miss that kickball early in the first. That was the first play of the game, wasn't it? Damn near. It wasn't even 3 minutes in the game. Yeah, I want to see Cardoso play too. Yeah, Steve. That's what we were just talking about. They only went 8 deep. I don't know why. They could have used Berger. And let me be honest with you. They need to get Wallace more looks because Wallace is doing what Sides wants Caitlin Clark to do. Now, here's my logic on Caitlin Clark. And I'll explain myself like this. What Sides said in her press conference that got everybody up in arms, trying to hold her back and all of this kind of stuff. And it was like, no, she wasn't. What she was saying was she needs not to take so many long 3-point shots and not be afraid of the mid-range, of the 20-footer that's inside the arc. She can take those shots. That's what Wallace does. Wallace can shoot the 3, but most of her shots are on either side of the paint. She's usually a 10 to 20-footer. For, you know, Wallace was what? 4 for 7 from the floor tonight. That's 8 solid points. She can't make free throws. Or no, she didn't go to the free throw line, but she missed. She was 0 for 3 from 3-point land. Caitlin Clark was 5 for 11 from the floor, 3 for 7 deep. And all I'm saying is, and I saw it twice tonight, and I'm sure if I go back and watch the film, I can find a couple of more situations where Caitlin Clark hesitated. And I said this last week. She gives up. She passes on shots because she is trying to run the offense. If she was at Iowa, she would have popped. She'd have went up and popped that shot. But she's trying to run the offense, and what she does is, at least this is what it seems like to me. it seems like she get to a spot where she wants to take the shot and she'll kind of double, hesitate. The problem with that is a lot of times she picks up her dribble and she gets stuck right there. So she's got to get a little bit more fluid with it, but she played a good game with the exception of that damn mistake with the technical foul. She played a pretty good game tonight. She only had, that would have been, if she hadn't had that technical foul, that would have been only 4 turnovers. That's reasonable. 5 and below, that's reasonable. Inspired, that's not the first time I've heard that. I don't necessarily agree. Now, I think from the X's and O's standpoint, Christy Size could be doing a couple of things better. But for the most part, if Nalissa Smith is 5 for 7 instead of 3 for 7 from the floor, you know what I mean? Aaliyah Boston, if she's 7 for 11 instead of 5 of 11 from the floor in the paint, that's their biggest. Let me see if I can get this up. Wait a minute, because I'm trying to make a point to do this after every game. Here we go. Look at this. I'm gonna bring y'all in. Second monitor. There we go. Y'all see this? Look at this. Look at the points missed in the paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 points missed in the paint. That's 20 points. 18 points in the paint. They got to get that number to like down to 5 or 6. And I'll say it again. At the end of that game, Aaliyah Boston had a chance to tie it up and take it into overtime, and she missed the open lane. She missed it. She had minimal defense on her because the girl didn't want to foul her. She makes that shot. They go to overtime. Maybe she gets the foul, gets the and one, and they win the game. So thank you, Inspire. I appreciate that. I appreciate the sub, man. Trying to grow, and I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'm giving you some real world, criticism and opinion. And I'll say it again, and I guess I got to keep saying it. Listen, I am a Caitlin Clark fan. I like Aaliyah Boston. I like Indiana. That's the team I've been watching. I've been watching Indiana for the last, I want to say 4 years, off and on. This is the first year I've been fully invested because of what I saw the last 2 years in the NCAA tournament. That's why I'm watching women's basketball now. I was one of those guys that I only watched a game here or there. Matter of fact, 4 years ago, the only reason I watched the WNBA is because of Kelsey Mitchell, period. Kelsey Mitchell went to my high school. I played football with her father. Rest in peace, Big Mark. Her father is my frat brother. We played at Eastern Kentucky together. He's the reason I got into college football at EKU. Her father. So that there was a personal stake to it. Plus her being a homegirl. That is the only reason I followed Indiana Fever. But after watching the last 2 years of the women's NCAA tournament, I became invested in women's basketball. Now we follow up with the WNBA this year. And I'm like, I'm all in. And the next couple of years, it ain't going nowhere. It's only going to get better. Because next year, guess who's number 1 pick? If she stays healthy, Kate Beckers is number 1 for sure. Then you got Juju Watkins coming, Lauren Betts coming, Hannah Stokey's coming, Malaysia Wiley, Hannah Hidalgo, Tessa Johnson, Audi Crooks, Ashlyn Watkins, Toby Fournier. You got all of these good female players coming out in the next couple of years. For the next 4, 5, 6 years, the WNBA is set, and it's only going to get better. So now I'm invested. So I thought I was the only one that thought that. That's kind of greasy coming from somebody that's bald, but you get it. You get it. That's funny. So, but yeah. My thing with Boston is a good player. She's strong. Um, most girls her size are thin and tall. Look at Bonner. I think Bonner's like an inch taller, but Bonner is thin. But you got more somebody like let me see, what's her name? Not Bonner. I think it's her fiance. Is it Thomas? Alyssa Thomas, 6'2", 203. So another big girl. And then Brianna Jones, 6'3", 215. So you got thick girls where Bonner's a little bit wiry. So when you have those situations, Aaliyah Boston can win those battles. In my opinion, Aaliyah Boston just needs to get up vertical more. When I say vertical, I just mean she needs to go straight up instead of trying to drive to the lane and try to, do a finger roll. I think they give up too many easy shots like that. I think you pass up points that way. Plus, you passing up an opportunity to get and one. And when you stop and you pop like a little, 5 to 6 foot jumper, I think that's a higher percentage shot as opposed to going for a layup in traffic. So, yes, Kevin Smith, CC is 0-4. You're aware of that. Yeah, Cody K, that's what I've been saying, man. A lot of points missed in the paint. And that's the difference in the game. Those points, that 20-point swing could be the difference of Indiana blowing them out. You know what's going to happen. You just got to minimize it. How you are. The big improvement for Fever, Sun and Liberty, title contenders. So a close one with the Sun is almost a win. Easy paint shots, though. Yes. What I will say, and again, I am saying this as a former pro player, there are no moral victories. There's no such thing as a moral victory. You win or you lose, and you take you figure out how to get better in those losses. Some people like to call losses lessons, but it's the same concept. So I don't no such thing as a moral victory. You watch the film and you get better for the next game. And I thought Caitlin Clark played a pretty good game. Again, minus the mistake she made at the end of the game. So, but yes, to your point, they are getting better. And they're going to win a couple coming down the stretch. They just got to tweak some things. I do believe they got to tweak that lineup. And they should be okay. 3M Ma, that was a huge difference between the two. Sun did excellent finishing in the paint and drawing fouls. 100%. 100%, bro. Can't argue with that. Facts upon facts, man. So they got some things to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? So they can get better. I do think Kelsey Mitchell is a game changer because she is so fast. She draws the defense in, and more times than not, she can finish her shot. And she's quick enough and explosive enough. So when she does draw the defense in, somebody on the perimeter's got to be open. Somebody's got to be open. So I think that's going to be better. I believe this was the first game this season that Kelsey Mitchell started. She played the last game, but I don't think she started because of whatever. I think she was dealing with either ankle or a knee injury. I'm not sure. So I think Kelsey Mitchell is gonna pay dividends for them, and it changes what they can do on offense and the way they spread the ball around. So we'll see. The bench had a pretty good game. I agree. Bench played pretty good, all three of them. But look at their plus minus. Plus 10, plus 16, plus 16, 11, 6, and 8. That is a good night from your bench. What else do you want? That's a great night from your bench. So, good point. Yes, I agree. Boston seems like she's winded. She gets heavy legs in the fourth, and she does not get down the court quickly. She just doesn't. In fact, Bentley is much faster. So maybe they'll make those moves. Maybe they won't. We'll see. Come on, Kevin. Stop playing, dog. I ain't even gonna put that up. Boston tucks her hair in her jersey sometimes from a clip I've seen. Too much hair. You're the second person to say that about Boston's hair. I always wondered about that. Basketball and in track and field. That's an extra pound of hair, and you trying to be the fastest person in the world. Cut that crap off. That's wind drag. This is harder than I thought. CC last 2 fouls was bogus reaching fouls. Prior to those 2 fouls, the defenders have been grabbing her arms and elbows without being called a foul. Yeah, you missed my rant earlier. I'm basically asking the question, like, what is a foul? I don't know. They are so inconsistent with what they're calling. It's crazy. So I don't know what a foul is. Every time these women go to the hole, they pushing off with their elbow or they lead with an elbow, which looks like a charge to me, but they let them play through it and they let them throw them bows and push off. Caitlin Clark's been pushing off since she started. They just don't call it. So I can understand the frustration when some of them are screaming like, how come you didn't call the foul? Or that's like, you don't know what they're going to call. Is it a foul or is it not a foul? Can you push off or can you not push off? Can you lean with the shoulder or not? They throwing bowls up in there and it looks like a foul to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. It looks like a foul to me. Hand checking, yeah. They let you get away with it. Thomas is a brute. She's way too strong. Can't be married to her and come home. Stop playing, dog. You wrong for that. So what do you think about the game when they play Liberty? You think has a better game? Sabrina RCC. Come on, dog. Don't even play with me like that. Don't even play with me like that. Sabrina Ionescu is what Caitlin Clark hopes to be one day. She is not there yet. Don't get it twisted. There is no misunderstanding. Here's what I said earlier. I put this in a tweet. Right? I put this in the tweet. Speaking of which, hold on. Here we go. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna mess around with it. I'm sorry. I put this in the tweet earlier. Caitlin Clark is not, I repeat, Caitlin Clark is not better than A'ja Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Dijonai Carrington, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, and I don't even like Taurasi, but I got to give her props. She's a damn good player. Jewel Lloyd, Skylar Diggins-Smith. She is not better than none of those players. However, none of those players, none of them, Kelsey Plum, none of them ever needed their team to get a bigger venue because of the ticket demand. None of them. A'ja Wilson was like Sports Illustrated Woman of the Year. They got some accolades, man. Sabrina Ionescu, you saw what she did with Steph Curry at the All-Star game. They got accolades. They just don't have the reach of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is not better than any of them women. She's not there yet. But a rising tide raises all boats. And the amount of money that Caitlin Clark is bringing to the table, they cannot argue. That is why Caitlin Clark has to start. I wouldn't be opposed of Christy Sides sitting her down, letting her come off the bench, and letting Fag Bentley start. And not for nothing, the way Wallace gets those shots off, you might want to think about it. You got to do something to play with that roster so you can have a better start. That's all I'm saying. But again, we nitpicking because look at the first quarter. Look at the first half today. Look at the first half. Indiana was in the lead. at halftime. 3-point lead. And then that third quarter killed them. So, yeah, Taiyu Fagbinley was running and finishing. Absolutely. And that is the thing. The finish is the key. The finish means you put the ball in the bucket, in the paint. That's the important thing. 100%, LeVar. 100%. Now, she did do that a couple of times. Instead of trying to reach underneath and do the reverse layup or finger roll, she stopped, got vertical, and hit a short 5 to 8 foot jumper. And she made a couple of them. That's what they need. That shot is hard to stop. So I want to see more of that from Boston, because she's got to start converting those points better. She has to. That's the only way they're going to start winning. I don't think, because you got to look at it like this. When I bring that up, right? Now look at, this is when you really got to look at the analytics of the game. Look at the amount of missed shots from Connecticut, who's in red, and the amount from Indiana. Connecticut took more shots. Connecticut took from the floor. Connecticut was 30 for 74, 40%. Indiana was 33 of 69, 47%. So they were pretty much equal. 3-pointers was 6 for 20, 4 for 19. So they was pretty much even. How many free throws did they get? 24 out of 30 free throws, 12 out of 13. So getting to the line matters. Getting to the line matters. So, yes, she did play the last 30 seconds. Inspire, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea because, in my opinion, this is not an X's and O's thing. You got to be careful of that. So who you going to bring in? Trust me. I'm a former Philadelphia Eagle. Most of my content revolves around the Philadelphia Eagles. And if you don't follow football, you saw what happened when the Eagles changed their defensive coordinator in the middle of the year, towards the end of the year last season. We went in tank. We should have been a playoff contender, and we ended up losing in the first round of freaking Tampa Bay. So it's easy to say fire the coach and do this and get somebody else in there. Who are you going to get? You still got to find somebody that knows how to work with the system. You got to find somebody that can build relationships. There's a whole set of circumstances that you got to deal with that comes with just firing a coach. There's a lot of unknowns and questions you got to answer, and it might not be for the best. So that's always the everybody, that's the go-to thing. Get a new coach in there. This ain't the X's and O's thing. This is the women on the floor not making their shots. That's what it comes down to. Because guess what? If Caitlin Clark doesn't get that technical foul and doesn't have that 4-point swing and they win the game, are you going to give the credit to Coach Sides? If let me see. If Aaliyah Boston makes 2 more shots, or if she makes that shot at the end and they force overtime, or let's just say she makes that last layup, gets the foul, makes the free throw, and wins the game, does Coach Sides get credit, or does she only get credit when they lose? You gotta look at it both ways. To me, this is not an X's and O's thing. The women on the court are not making the shots. They're not. I think Kelsey Mitchell's going to get better as the year goes on. So I want to see Kelsey go 7 for 16 and Caitlin Clark go 6 for 11. I know she was only 5 for 11, 4 for 4 from the free throw. So she's taking advantage of her opportunities. She's just got to maximize those opportunities. Hopefully towards, let's let's fall back with the criticism until at least we get to game 10. When you get to game 10, you got a solid sample size. We only in the fourth game. That's it. This was only the Suns' third. That is not a big sample size. Give us at least to 10 games. Then, once you get to 10 games, gloves come off. Gloves come off. You know what you got. Everybody's played enough ball together. Everybody knows their little idiosyncrasies, and you're comfortable. You know your personnel. I used to say when I used to coach kids, and this goes for any level. I don't care if you're pee-wee, high school, college, even in the pros. If you are a coach, you must know your personnel. What does that mean? I'm glad you asked. Knowing your personnel, and I love using this example. I'm in South New Jersey, and I used to coach for an organization, coached for 9 years. One of my kids, Devin Leary, actually got drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. I used to have this thing where we used to say, know your personnel. I used to have a kid, literally. Now, these are 10, 11-year-olds, mind you. This kid was the biggest, strongest kid on our team. He was just one of those kids that was big. Dad was like 6'4" or whatever. So you understand what I'm saying. But this kid was the sweetest kid you ever want to meet. The sweetest kid you ever want to meet. Now, when I say know your personnel, I cannot tell that kid, I need you to get in there. I'm going to put you at defensive end. I need you to tear his head off. Get to the quarterback. I can't say that to him because that's none of his personality. Now, the flip side of that, I had another little kid. His name was Seth Henry. Seth, if you're watching, congratulations on passing your test for the Ironworkers. And I'm talking about you. Seth Henry was one of the smallest kids on the team, and he was our starting middle linebacker. This kid was a pit bull. Not afraid to hit, not afraid to tackle, very aggressive. He was a pit bull, but one of the smaller kids on the squad. So you have to know your personnel. You have to know what your team, what your teammates, what every person is capable of. Caitlin Clark is not there yet. She's getting there because now you got to know, Caitlin Clark has to understand how fast and explosive Kelsey Mitchell is. She has to understand how fast and explosive Erica Wheeler is. Did you when when it was 7 minutes in the third and Caitlin Clark hit that big three? Did you see when Erica Wheeler set her up? She was trailing, and Erica Wheeler was eyeing her to wait till she got in position, and then she backhanded the ball to her. She hit the three. That's Erica Wheeler understanding and knowing what Caitlin Clark is capable of. She was on her spot, and she nailed the shot. So Wheeler just set her up. She dribbled right down. She was on the right side. Looked like she was about to go right side to the right side of the paint at the top of the free throw line. And she just kind of backhanded it to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark was coming up right there, hits the big shot. That's what it means to know your personnel. Know what your teammates are going to do before they do it. Caitlin Clark is not quite there yet, but she got better because did you see some of her passes? She's getting better, and it's going to come with it. So got to give it time. Got to give it time. Lynn, I'm with you 100%. I want to see more Berger too. I actually want to see Wallace too. Wallace needs to get a little bit more clock for sure. For sure. Wheeler did play good, but Wheeler turns the ball over for me too much. She gets you can tell she's super quick. And sometimes she gets out of control. Yep. Absolutely right. Jay Simi, absolutely. She definitely needs more screens. And they're going to get that because I believe, again, I said it earlier, with Kelsey Mitchell back in the starting lineup and her speed and explosiveness, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Sargent, that might not be out of the question. She's not going to ride the bench for the whole first half, but they might bring her off the bench. I can see that happening. Bringing her off the bench, I can definitely see that happening. Yeah, man, we beating a dead horse at this point. I don't know what a foul is. So that's the one thing common in the refs suck. So yeah, that was a big discrepancy, man. And that was the difference in the game. And even with that difference, Indiana still had a chance to win. I mean, we can bitch about the refs all night, but at the end of the day, Indiana had an opportunity to win this game and they failed. Aaliyah Boston makes that shot. They going into overtime. Because it would have been less than 5 seconds for them to get down the court and get a shot off. So the odds would have said that the game would have at least went into overtime. So, yeah, it was rough starting out. So we'll see. Kelsey Plum is a force. Kelsey Plum is explosive like Kelsey Mitchell is. They both can cross you over. That's the one thing I hope Caitlin Clark can get better at is her crossover dribble. Caitlin Clark is not fast enough or explosive enough to like cross somebody over and break their ankles. Kelsey Plum and Kelsey Mitchell are. Erica Wheeler is. They're explosive enough to do that. Caitlin Clark is not quite there yet. Although I do think Caitlin Clark needs to be a little bit better with her handles. That's just a nitpick. That's a nitpick. So, Laura Smack, what's the question? What about Candace Parker? Golson, I don't think that. I don't think that because for number one, the money's already been spent. The tickets are sold. So regardless of what they get with viewership, the viewership is going to come anyways. And that's one of the things I was saying. I posted a video about a week ago talking about is Caitlin Clark getting too much attention. The point, if you watch the video, the point of the video is no, Caitlin Clark is not getting too much attention. Just don't forget about Angel Reese and Cardoso and Kate Martin and everybody else, because what happens, knock on wood, if Caitlin Clark gets hurt? Where does the attention go? Now, luckily for the W, the way things are going, Cameron Brink has been balling. She's been as expected. Rakia Jackson as expected. Kate Martin, she's a surprise because nobody expect her to even get drafted. Angel Reese is as expected, and Angel Reese is only going to get better. So everybody is as expected. So now you can spread it around. The only person we haven't seen yet is Cardoso because she got hurt. So we'll see how that works out. Great comeback by the Sky. Let me switch up. I didn't even let me see. Scores. They got the dub. Chicago got the dub. Nice. Let's see what their box scores look like. We'll come back to that. What the box scores look like. Her foot got caught. If she was playing football, she would have caught turf toe. That's what that looks like. But I saw that. I've had that happen before. I was a running back in college and in the NFL. So I understand them high ankle sprains. Not fun. Been there, done that. Oof. But luckily it played through it. She got over that initial pain. But that bitch gonna hurt in the morning. For sure. She passed a lot better today. Inspire. She passed a hell of a lot better today. Zeki Mercedes. Boston is not terrible, but she does need work. I think we were just saying In fact, Benley needs to be starting instead of Boston, in my opinion. Yes, off the bench, fresh legs. I agree. Because I think some people might say she carrying too much weight. And she gets bogged down because, again, she does not get up and down the court quickly. Everybody on her for that hair, man. It's all good. I always get upset because I'm trying to get to the point where I know everybody's name on the court, and that's just gonna come with time because I'm a excuse me, I'm a rookie WNBA fan, so I don't know all the names. I know Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey Plum, Candace Parker, and she retired. So yeah, I'm getting to know the names, and the hair comes down past the name. That's why the girls' names are on the bottom of the jerseys. And I still can't see them. So it's all good though. Yeah, man, different coaches equals different plays, names, terminology, schematics. That's why most coaching changes happens during the offseason. 100%. Absolutely. Because when you bring in a new coach, you got to learn a whole new playbook. You got to learn a whole new playbook. So, they'll work their way through it. They're gonna get a win. You know, this was a close call, and you know, I'm telling you right now, I know Caitlin Clark beating herself up because I saw the look on her face. She knew she screwed up. She knew she screwed up. Copeland. That's my biggest issue with Aaliyah Boston. For her to be as big as she is, she gets softened on them rebounds. In my opinion. Now, sometimes she get like on that one rebound, and then the girl came around and took the ball from her. Ended up getting a jump ball out of the situation. I was like, how does that happen? Especially when you got the ball in your hands. Everybody brings the ball down low, and like, you know, they taught me this in high school. When you get a rebound, you go up and you get it, and you keep the ball high, and you keep it shoulder width, and you keep moving. Because somebody can always get, the minute you bring that ball, you know, thigh and knee level, somebody can reach down there and tie it up and get a jump ball, and maybe you lose the possession. So that's a foundational thing. But again, that's part of what I call big girls disease, because when you get big girls like that have always been the tallest in the class, they never had a reason to jump or to outmuscle somebody. So when they come across somebody who is as strong or as tall as they are, sometimes they have problems. LP, bruh, the plus minus is ugly. The plus minus is not pretty. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Yeah, they had a good game today. Wait a minute, what was this? Wait a minute, who played? Hold on, I'm all discombobulated. Who? That was today. Chicago played too, right? So no, that was New York. New York and the Storm. I thought I was all messed up. Okay, I'm wrong. Two tough teams. They just played two of the top three teams. That was a great game. Had a real chance to win. Everybody relaxed. They're getting better. That's what's important. They've been together 3 weeks. That's true. That's true. But I believe I said this to Inspire earlier. Ain't no more victories, man. You win or you lose, period. You keep it moving. So we'll see. Jay Simi, man, I got a lot of people chatting, bro. Trying to get to it, man. Relax. 3 guards, Boston number 14. Copeland, there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. I actually want to see if you would face a normal team. They're gonna get to that because the schedule's gonna ease up a little bit. Not ease up like easy, but everybody gets a chance to play everybody. You see everybody on film, stuff like that. Stephanie, you beating a dead horse. We didn't beat that horse to death, but I'll beat it some more. The refs are god awful. You know what? I won't say that. They're not god awful, but they are very, very inconsistent. If you know what a foul is, Steph, please let me know. I ain't quite figured that out for the W yet. Lord Smack. Ever setting screen, they need to make contact with that person. Saw screens being set. Yeah, you might as well go for it. Try to run them over because you don't know what the ref's gonna call. See what you can get away with. I ain't mad at that. I am not mad at that. So appreciate that, man. Everybody smash that like button. 143 watching. That's pretty good. Them good stats for me. Let's see. What's up, Jose? Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Chicago gonna be the problem. They looking good. They looking good. I don't know what happened to Berger tonight. She did not play. She was a coach's decision not to play. I don't know what goes into that. I don't know. They only dressed 8 people tonight. So I don't know. I don't understand what the deal is with that. Oh, that was a Saturday game. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Chrissy Sides definitely needs to play with the lineup a little bit. I wouldn't be upset if Caitlin Clark came off the bench. I wouldn't be there. I don't think that's going to happen because that's a business decision. All these people buying tickets and you move into a bigger venue and the person you coming to see is coming off the bench, that's bad for business. So, and Caitlin Clark is not playing that bad where she needs to be on the bench, in my opinion. She just needs to make more shots. I do think there is merit to what Christy Side said about her taking closer shots, just like Wallace does, higher percentage, because you need buckets. And what you do is you shoot them higher percentage shots, you get the flow going, and then you move out. You don't shoot from outside and move in. You shoot inside and move out. Get your flow, get your touch. You know what I mean? So she'll work on that. She'll work on that. There was a couple times she came down the court and fired it up, and she clanged it. You know, building bricks. But you know, I think Caitlin Clark is eventually she's gonna have that game where she dropped 30. She's just gonna hit everything. That day is coming. That's what happens with shooters. That's what shooters do. You got good days and bad days. When you own, you own. But when you're off, it's rough. Now, the one thing I have seen Caitlin Clark do is if her shot is not falling, she turns into a hell of a passer. She passed the ball a lot better tonight. What was her how many assists did she have tonight? She had 5 assists. It's pretty good. 5 assists. The way things are going with her popularity, I agree. Again, that's a business decision. And here's the thing: when you got when the popularity, the fast incline for Caitlin Clark, and I mean you can't say fast because all of this stuff started in the national championship game with LSU the first year when her and Angel Reese did the thing. That's where it started. That was the catalyst of it. So, to now, as popular as she is, I think you're right. She ain't gonna come off the bench. That's a business move because they can talk the shit all they want to, the vets and all of that kind of stuff. They can throw all the shade they want to Rossi and Asia Wilson and anybody else that played for UConn, because the UConn players all seem to be the ones that have something to say. But it'll be interesting to see if Kay Beckers goes number 1 next year. How much shade does she get next year? So we'll see. We'll see come next year. But what I'm saying is, you know, she gets the shot. She'll be in there, and she's going to keep it moving. She's just got to make the shots. How many botched passes were there tonight? I think there was 1 or 2. I know there was a fast break, and I know she overthrew 1. So a lot of times it's not. Here's what I will say. And again, this is coming from the player's perspective. If the turnover, if she gets the turnover in the stat sheet, it's her turnover. I don't care what the reason was. You can nitpick and say, oh, she should have caught the ball. The other girl should have caught the ball. Well, I know she overthrew one, and the other one, the girls should have caught it. I believe that was Nalissa Smith. She did. She should have caught that one. But it happens. You just got to minimize it. It's always going to start, and you just got to minimize it. So we got a game out of her where she should have had only 4 turnovers, but we all know what happened towards the end of the game. But let's keep it under 5. And hopefully next game she'll only have 4. And then the next game she'll only have 3 until she'll have a game where she only has no turnovers. You know what I mean? So there was only one player that played that had no turnovers, and that was Samuelson. So, and whoever asked that about Berger, this was the coach's sheet. Saxton, Holberger, and Taylor were coaches' decisions. They didn't play. So I don't know why they didn't say that, but it is what it is. So, but good game. That was a rough one for Indiana, but it'll get better. It'll get better. So now they got some things to look forward to. They got some good things to watch on film, and they can build. So looking forward to seeing what they do next. Kelsey Mitchell is a force. I want to see her get more involved with the offense and create some things and create some more perimeter space for Caitlin Clark. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to get up out of here. Great game tonight. The chat was off the chain tonight, man. I appreciate all y'all. Jay Simi, Mark C, Tone Tay, Stephanie, Andre, LeVar, who else? Jose Willie, Lord Smack, Harpazo. Is Wheeler that old? I don't think she's that old, is she? See, I get them questions. I want to know. Let's find out. That's what the internet is for. I think she's in her 30s. Yeah, well, she's 33. She's 33. Can't really say that because Diana Taurasi is 41, ain't she? So, Wheeler is young by but she ain't no Diana Taurasi. So Diana Taurasi 41. So they got some golden girls up in there. But anyways, I'm gonna get up out of here. Harpazo, appreciate the opinions, bro. Don't be a stranger. Red Brown, don't be a stranger. Stephanie, please, please, please don't be a stranger. I need more female voices in my chats and on my streams. I got 2 sisters. I got a twin sister and an older sister. So female voices matter. Keep it coming. Copeland B, I appreciate you, bro. Paul Cork, I appreciate the opinions. LP, don't be a stranger. The Golson girls. Who else? Zeki Mercedes, please don't be a stranger. Steve Ingledow, appreciate you, bro. Inspire, bring that voice back. Just like I just said, I need more female voices on my stream. I appreciate you. Please don't be a stranger. Anybody else? Who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. Tayu Art, definitely. You were hot in the chats tonight. Greatly appreciated. Sergeant King, I appreciate you. 3M Ma, don't be a stranger. Lynn Bingham, please don't be a stranger. Go Big Transportation, representing the bigness. Go big. I like that. That sounds like a plug right there. Don't be a stranger. Come back, man. Charles Evans, I appreciate you. But anybody else? Jumpman, my guy. You already know, dude. Thomas Gardner, I appreciate you. Anybody else? This is harder than I thought. Say that 3 times fast, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate your opinions. Don't be a stranger. Kevin Smith, come on back. Holy Spirit, come on back. God is good. Yeah, man. I think they got everybody. Did I miss anybody? Angela Cord. Angela Cord. Appreciate you. Neil Anthony, I appreciate you. Amber Smith, definitely come back. I appreciate your voice. Steve Inman, Wendy, Gwen Miller, James Tibbs. Bring them opinions back, bro. I appreciate that. I think I got everybody. Did I miss anybody? Bow 316. My guy, you already got that wrench, man. Don't be a stranger. You already know how we do. My pro fan family is growing. I appreciate everybody being on my team, and we're going to keep doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it better. Grind and grow every day. Grind and grow. Be better than yesterday, not as good as tomorrow. I'm about to be out. Y'all have a good evening. Be safe out there. God bless, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time I do something, you get that notification, and I want to see you on the squad. All right? Y'all have a good night. Peace.